thunderstorms. So we want to inform and educate you, hopefully decrease some of that storm anxiety a little bit. Not an imminent threat for the community of the city of San Angelo, or for the community of Robert Lee. Robert Lee, kind of just outside of the tornado warning, and we just received an update from the National Weather Service. It's a tornado warning for southwestern Coke County and west central Texas, north central Tom Green County, and it's radar indicated rotation, so it hasn't been confirmed yet by a spotter. This is information straight from the National Weather Service. Other threat with this thunderstorm is the potential for some very large hail. It's warned for up to 2 inches in diameter, so just right next to the hook echo, right next to the strongest rotation, you're seeing that purple and pink color in southwestern Coke County, just to the east of the Sterling Coke County line. That's where the largest hail is falling at this particular moment. And we are on streaming. For those of you who are just now joining us, we are tracking a tornado-warned thunderstorm. It's in southwestern portions of Coke County, northwestern portions of Tom Green County. It's not an imminent threat to the communities of Grape Creek or San Angelo. It is a threat to the community of Water Valley. So folks watching us from Water Valley, need you to be in that safe room, lowest floor, away from windows. You see that hook shape on the southwestern side of the thunderstorm in southwestern Coke County. Again, far northwestern portions of Tom Green County. That is where we have rotation ongoing right now. And need you to be in that safe room. Everyone in that red shaded polygon, we're going to very quickly, I want to show you all of the warnings we have in effect for the so we have a line of thunderstorms, a line of warnings from the National Weather Service going from just to the east of Crane towards Big Lake, Sterling County, Erie County, and Coke County as well. You see, it's that line of showers and thunderstorms dumping a lot of heavy rain, going to lead to heavy rainfall threats, likely flash flooding across west central Texas, and that flashing red box, that red polygon, that's the tornado warning. It's currently the storm we are most concerned about in west central Texas. Overall, the rotation is not terribly impressive at this particular moment. It still is impressive enough, though, to warrant that tornado warning. Give a quick idea of where exactly it'll move. It's a really slow-moving thunderstorm at this point. It's only moving at 20 miles an hour. That's the latest from the National Weather Service. Want to take it out towards eastern portions of Coke County. Looks like it'll arrive near Robert Lee at 5:45. Assuming the rotation holds together, the current warning goes until 5:30. Near Bront Elementary School, just after the 6:20 hour, near the community of Bront, right after 6:20. Maverick at 6:36 in the afternoon, and Fort Chadburn at 6:45 this evening. So that's assuming this thunderstorm holds together. Even if the rotation doesn't hold together, it's a powerful thunderstorm regardless. Still want to take it very seriously. Folks in that red polygon really need you to be taking it seriously. I want to zoom in on the tornado warning, show what all communities are in, what all communities are out. Water Valley, you are included. If any of these roads sound familiar with this tornado warning, I want you to take shelter. That's the lowest floor, away from windows. You want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Near Private Road M007, near Mountain Road, near Demere Road and March Road in northern Tom Green County. If any of these roads sound familiar to you, I really want you to take those safety precautions. I want you to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Desmond, can we briefly pull up the San Angelo Sky Tracker? I want to see if we can see anything towards the community of Robert Lee. So far, it's just cloudy skies in San Angelo, not an imminent severe weather threat. If we can briefly go back to radar, I want to show we just had another severe thunderstorm warning issued. It's for Nolan County, it's for Taylor County, it's for Fisher County and Jones County, all included in that severe thunderstorm warning. Not currently tornadic, could produce some quarter-sized hail and some gusty winds. Also, the threat of heavy rainfall. That is a big impact we are really keeping a close eye on here at Fox West Texas. National Weather Service currently warning it for inch-sized hail, roughly quarter-sized, and also those 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Really an impressive storm, and the hook shape with the storm is impressive, and it looks like that rotation is tightening up as well. Not a good sign if you live in southern Coke County. Really need you to be in that safe room, especially very close to where the hook is. In southern portions of the warning, I think right now is where the highest threat is. You'll see right where the green and red are touching each other. Red represents winds going away from the radar. Green is winds going towards the radar. And that's why the tornado warning's in effect right now. Sampling some of those winds inside the thunderstorm, the shear, that's when you have rotation in the thunderstorm that measures that. It's not overly impressive at this point. It's still maybe in the process of cycling up at this point, and it's enough to be of concern. It's enough to get into that safe room. It's enough for us to cut in at Fox West Texas. And the severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for 5:45 p.m. for southwestern Sterling County, west central and northwestern Erie County. So we have several thunderstorms going on across the Fox West Texas viewing area. Briefly want to break down what all is going on. Main impact tornado warning, southern Coke County, northwestern portions of Tom Green County. That tornado warning is in effect for the next 20 minutes until 5:30 this evening. We'll see if the National Weather Service chooses to extend that tornado warning or not. At this point, it's looking fairly impressive. It's moving off to the northeast at about 20 miles an hour, so it's a really slow-moving storm. That's why it feels like we've been on here for such a long period of time. It's just very slow-moving thunderstorms. With the slow-moving thunderstorms, that also enhances that threat of heavy rainfall, because you just have a thunderstorm that parks out over one location, dumps a lot of rain, that locally enhances the threat for heavy rainfall, for flash flooding, because you just have heavy rainfall falling on one location for long periods of time. Thunderstorms right now in Runnels County towards Coleman County, places like Novice, north of you in Coleman, into portions of Callahan County. A little bit of a thunderstorm activity. None of those are severe. The one severe thunderstorm warning right now is for portions of Nolan, Taylor, Fisher, and Jones County to the north of folks in Robert Lee, north of folks in Blackwell. The main thunderstorm of concern is that one towards Robert Lee. I want to briefly check on the thunderstorm over towards the community of Big Lake. It looks like got a message on Facebook about whether or not we're expecting a tornado in the community of St. Angelo. We do have that threat between now and about 10 o'clock. So for the next 4 or 5 hours, I think is really when we'll be paying close attention to that threat. It is right now, the current tornado warning is just outside the community of St. Angelo towards Water Valley. So I want to emphasize it is not an imminent threat for the city of San Angelo. It is a threat for folks near Water Valley with that broad rotation ongoing at the moment. Quite powerful with the winds inside the thunderstorm. And even if it's not producing a tornado, it can still produce those gusty straight line winds, which can also create damage like a tornado. So still want you to be taking this very seriously. New radar data coming in from the radar in San Angelo. Relatively broad rotation at this point. So that's certainly some encouraging news. Hopefully it gives you a little bit of peace in mind that we may not necessarily be having a tornado at this exact moment. Know though that as we've seen multiple times over the past couple of hours, these thunderstorms have a tendency to cycle up and down in intensity. So while the thunderstorm may be cycling down in intensity at this point, it's powerful regardless. Still needs you to be in that safe room. And right where you have that hook, north of the community of Water Valley, east of Broome, that is where you have the rotation. This is the inflow, that's the winds coming inside the thunderstorm. Where you have that rotation ongoing, it looks like the rotation now is confined to southwestern portions of Coke County. I still want you to be in your safe room, places like Water Valley, northwestern portions of Tom Green County, because the tornado warning still is officially in effect from the National Weather Service office in San Angelo. So we obviously want to respect the polygon. We want to heed the tornado warning because sometimes thunderstorms can have erratic movements, and today has been a day where we've seen some of those. Thankfully, for the most part, we haven't seen a whole lot of that. We've seen it in West Texas before. We've seen it in Coke County before since I've been working here at Fox West Texas. So still want you to be in your safe room. We will let you know when the all clear officially gets issued for Tom Green County, but we still are mainly focusing on southwestern portions of Coke County where you're seeing those pink colors. That is where you're seeing that's where you're seeing the very heavy rainfall and likely some small hail in there as well. Desmond, Brandon, are y'all seeing any reports through social media from the National Weather Service of any damage? Okay. So, sounds good. Thank you for that update. Just hearing from our production staff, so far no reports on social media. That is certainly some good news. We can pull up on the weather computer, look at reports coming in via the National Weather Service. And you can see there, right on the border of Sterling County, Tom Green County, and Erie County, where we see that report of a tornado that occurred earlier today. I want to emphasize it's not a current report, but there were spotters in the field that saw that tornado. And pull up the official data. And it's south of Sterling City. And the tornado warning appears to have been officially cleared for the communities of Carlsbad and Water Valley. New information from the National Weather Service. It's been cleared for portions of Carlsbad and Water Valley. It still does include northwestern portions of Tom Green County. It's north of the community of Big Lake, and it still includes southwestern portions of Coke County. So while the rotation, the Doppler wind data from radar may not be the strongest, we are still seeing that hook shape indicative of that, at the very least, mid-level rotation. So that thunderstorm could quickly become more powerful, see a little bit more of a pronounced tornado threat. So we're going to continue to stick with it for at least the next 15 minutes. It's a little before 5:15 right now, and we have that tornado warning for Coke and Tom Green counties until 5:30. You'll notice a little bit of red inside the thunderstorm, indicating winds going away from the radar, and the big patch of green that indicates that there's relatively weak rotation. But I think the threat, the other threat of note with this thunderstorm is the very big hail. While we've seen the rotation fluctuate a little bit with this thunderstorm, the one thing we haven't seen fluctuate is the hail size. It's moved slowly to the east and it's just to the southwest of Folkestone Robert Lee. So I think southern portions of the community of Robert Lee likely to see more hail than northern or western portions of Robert Lee. Radar is estimating that potentially up to golf ball sized hail is falling from that thunderstorm. So even if it's not producing a tornado at this particular moment, know that it's still producing very large hail. Still needs you to be taking this thunderstorm seriously. Still needs you to be in that safe room. If you're wondering where to go during a tornado warning, best advice we can give: lowest floor away from windows. The goal of that is ultimately to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. You also want to make sure you protect your head and neck. If you have a helmet of some kind, that can potentially be helpful. In school, they taught us to cover our neck by putting our hands on the back of our neck. Anything you can do to protect your head is certainly advisable, and hopefully the impact stays minimal for us in west central Texas. And they're continuing a severe thunderstorm warning for western Coke and northwestern Tom Green County, in addition to the tornado warning. And again, that's for that threat of potentially up to 2-inch in diameter hail, which we haven't really seen waver with this thunderstorm. It's still been quite powerful. And that thunderstorm near Big Lake is moving into portions of Erie and Sterling County. Some broad rotation at this point, but the National Weather Service has yet to issue any sort of tornado warning. The main thunderstorm at this point is still the thunderstorm over for portions of Coke and Tom Green County. It's outside of the communities of Water Valley, Carlsbad. It's outside of the communities of Grape Creek and St. Angelo. It includes far northwestern portions of Tom Green County. So if you live in far northern, north central portions of Tom Green County, the threat's really moved out of northwestern Tom Green County. At this point, it's more northern, north central, and also far southern portions of Coke County. Again, it's not a threat for the community of St. Angelo. And on its current trajectory, it looks like the thunderstorm's going to continue to move to the northeast, and that would eventually take it to places like Runnels and Callahan County, and eventually outside of our viewing area towards the Dallas television market, of course. That's also dependent on the thunderstorm maintaining its intensity, which is not necessarily a guarantee. A tornado watch has just been issued for Tom Green County, for Sterling County, for Winters, for Runnels County, for Coleman County as well. They've just issued a tornado warning because it looks like the tornado threat is kind of locally maximized across portions of the Concho Valley. So what does that mean for us at home? It means that we're going to continue to pay very close attention to that threat of tornadoes. Even though the threat is not imminent for the city of St. Angelo, know that it's not out of the possibility, especially between now and about 10 p.m. We have that tornado warning for northern portions of Coke County, for southwestern portions of Coke County, for northern and north central portions of Tom Green County. I want to take a second to kind of give a broad overview of what's going on across the Fox West Texas viewing area. Thunderstorm directly west of the city of Abilene, in places like Sweetwater, being impacted by a severe thunderstorm warning. This area of training thunderstorms from Big Lake, training meaning repeating thunderstorms, they're training over the same areas continually. Sterling County, Erie County, Coke County, and Tom Green County. Tornado warning ongoing for Coke County. We're talking southwestern portions. And I think that's where the main threat is at this point. And we are seeing that rotation just to the southwest. Okay, so we're receiving new information from the National Weather Service. I want to briefly zoom out and show you that. They have canceled portions of the severe thunderstorm watch and included a tornado watch. It does include Sterling County. It includes folks in Erie County, Coke County, Tom Green County, Runnels County, Coleman, and Concho County as well, all included in that tornado watch, because we are seeing that tornado threat across portions of the Concho Valley. And really, that's where we're going to be keeping a close eye over the next several hours. It's in effect until 10 p.m. So I think for the next 4 hours or so, we're really going to be keeping a close eye on it. And the rotation really hasn't weakened a whole lot with that severe thunderstorm warning over portions of Coke County. And I apologize for looking over frequently. Know that we have the weather computer right here. And that's our way of shifting the radar, so that way we're able to be able to see what's going on all across the Fox West Texas viewing area. But still, the biggest thunderstorm I am keeping my eye on is that tornado warning, far northern Tom Green County, far southwestern portions of Coke County. And it looks like the strongest rotations kind of moving outside of the tornado warning area. That's some encouraging news. Still want you to be in that safe room, lowest floor, away from windows. And even if a tornado is not currently on the ground, just know it's a very real possibility over the next couple of hours, and it's a reason you want to stay weather aware. And we are staying on air and that's the reason we've been staying on air, is for that tornado warning over portions of Coke County. And I want to clarify, we talked about that tornado watch that was just issued for portions of the Concho Valley. Know that the tornado warning is still ongoing across portions of Coke County, and also keeping an eye on that little protrusion, that little hook shape over portions of Reagan County near the community of Big Lake. And we have roughly 20 minutes. We have roughly 20 minutes left of this severe thunderstorm over portions of Coke County that has the potential to produce a tornado. We've been sticking with it here for the past half hour or so here at Fox West Texas. Sorry, having some trouble with the microphone. I do apologize for that. Production, is the microphone all right on y'all's end? Okay, I apologize for that, folks. Tornado warning in effect for those of you who are just now joining us over far southwestern portions of Coke County, southwest of the community of Robert Lee, producing large hail, gusty winds, and potentially a tornado for folks in Coke County. It looks like the threat has diminished immediately for northern Tom Green County. Folks still, especially if you live southwest of the community of Robert Lee, going to zoom in. Give y'all an idea of specifically communities who are involved. It's just to the west of the community of Robert Lee, southwest. Here's Highway 208. Here's the community of Edith. And you see that red flashing polygon. It's difficult to see just to the west of Robert Lee because the red of the polygon doesn't really contrast well with the red of the thunderstorm. Just know where you see that area of rain sticking out from the thunderstorm, that's a hook echo. That is the ongoing rotation. And to call out some specific communities where it looks like the strongest rotation is ongoing, it's near Wildcat Road, near Collett Road, and this is on the southwestern side of the community of Robert Lee. So if you live anywhere near this location, I want you to be in that safe room. This is a look at the winds inside the thunderstorm. The green is winds going towards the radar, red is winds going away from the radar. That gives you that counterclockwise circulation, and it's a sign of potentially a tornado. At the very least, it's a sign of rotations going on in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. Folks in Coke County just saw a tornado about a year ago on May 3rd of 2024. I want to emphasize this doesn't look as impressive on radar as that thunderstorm looked. We still want to take it seriously, though. We want to always take threats for severe weather seriously. We still have that severe thunderstorm warning ongoing for portions of Taylor, Fisher, and Nolan counties as well. And for the next 20 minutes, we still have that tornado warning ongoing for portions of Coke County. And the hook has really been persistent since I've been tracking this thunderstorm when it formed west of Big Lake, and it's moved to the east, northeast. We saw the hook decrease a little bit of in intensity after it produced a tornado near Sterling City. And the other big story with this thunderstorm is the heavy rain, the hail. You're likely seeing hail across the community of Robert Lee. Let's look at what radar is estimating. Radar is showing the hail decreasing in intensity. That's some good news. Still, likely some potentially quarter to golf ball sized hail falling with that thunderstorm. Radar is estimating it potentially even being smaller than that. So that's some encouraging news. But we still have the tornado threat, and that's in play. Apologize, folks. Currently, it is 5:26 in the afternoon. We have a tornado warning going in effect for southwestern portions of Coke County and northern portions of Tom Green County. That's that red flashing polygon. That's in effect for the next 4 or 5 minutes over southern portions of Coke County, southwest of the community of Robert Lee. You can see tornado warning is going in effect until 5:30 in the afternoon, and that severe thunderstorm warning also should be going until 5:30 this afternoon. That's what the Weather Service has indicated. It's 7 miles southwest of E.V. Spence Reservoir near Paint Creek Recreation Area. It's moving northeast at about 30 miles an hour. So it has picked up a little bit of speed, the potential area of rotation that is. And the tornado warning, it's still radar indicated at this point, potentially up to 1.5 inch sized hail. We had that report of a tornado earlier, but so far there have been no reports of damage. That is certainly some good news across west central Texas. Regardless, though, we are continuing to take the situation very seriously. And the most recent radar data coming in, it looks like the hook it's being sucked inside the thunderstorm, which is potentially an indication of that tornado warning and potential tornado threat decreasing. And new radar data coming in right now showing that green area, that's thunderstorm winds going in the same direction rather than rotating. That's some really encouraging news. Likely means they'll allow that tornado warning to expire here soon. Not seeing any indication from the National Weather Service about what they're thinking about doing. The severe thunderstorm warning goes into effect until 5:45 p.m. So my inclination is they're going to allow that severe thunderstorm warning to continue and allow the tornado warning to expire at 5:30 here in just a little bit. For now, we're going to continue to keep a very close eye on that thunderstorm. It is 5:29 right now. Tornado warning still in effect for another minute. Still wants you to continue to be in that safe room for just the next little while in southwestern portions of Coke County with that very powerful thunderstorm. More storms ongoing near Erie County and Sterling County. I want to emphasize there is not currently an imminent tornado threat. The most powerful thunderstorm, one of biggest concern for us in the Concho Valley, is that tornado warning in northern portions of Tom Green County and southwestern portions of Coke County. Just a really powerful thunderstorm, and it does look like the storm has been weakening at least a little bit over the past couple of scans, and hopefully that is a trend that continues. So it does look like the National Weather Service has allowed that tornado warning to expire. I'm going to send it back to regularly scheduled programming in just a second. I do want to emphasize the threat of flash flooding, the training of showers and thunderstorms. That's really going to be a big concern as we head into the night. More thunderstorms are possible late tonight. Follow us on Fox West Texas Plus. That's our streaming app, all of our social media sites. And we'll, of course, continue to keep you updated. For now, we'll send it back to regularly scheduled programming. Stay safe.